Morning routines. From gurus to celebrities to wealthy people and influencers, they all want to be sharing their secrets about how they start their day. But just like the trend of videos where you start your day with someone who has already started their day, some of what they show can be a little odd or misleading. A lot of particular aspects of people's routines are either seen as excessive, weird, or misplaced for someone who wants a proper routine and therefore can't see the point in trying to do that. So let's talk about some more practical morning routines and elements that you can apply in your morning routines. Specifically, the habits that I think will step up your morning routine and make it so much better and helpful for you to grow. These are in no particular order, and as someone who does use these strategies every single day, I can attest to how effective they actually are. They're not at all that complicated, and I think when they are combined with your own morning routine that you have right now, this can form the ultimate morning routine that you will ever need. Just like building habits, one thing that I found that can be very helpful for you is just getting into the headspace for it. Presuming that you're looking to mix up your routine, it's fair to say that what you're trying to do is something new to you. So prepare for it.
I'm ready.
The strategies I've talked about in the past, such as habit stacking or taking micro actions, are fantastic for this type of work, as these don't really require a whole lot of upfront work to set up and don't put a lot of pressure on you to do so. Recognizing what those actually are and setting it up will only make it just flow more. It's a precursor to a precursor. For example, if you're looking to start writing every single day, or just setting up a writing habit in general, your prep work could be setting up a playlist for you to listen to while you're working, or having the blank page already set up for you for when you open up your laptop and you see it. If you're trying to get to the gym, I've always said leaving your shoes in an easy to spot place is very helpful, but you can also do the same thing with your gym bag or a yoga mat or whatever other things you need in order to do your workout. Having all of that stuff already set up just makes it flow easier.
Get it twisted. Your actions impact nothing. Your fate is predetermined. The only thing that you can change is your reaction.
Preparing all of this stuff the night before is just the cherry on top of all of this, and it places you just in that headspace. It communicates to you that when you are getting up, it is time to get that started and take action. And if all of that stuff just feels a little excessive to you, you can always just focus on just the mental side of it, like I did. Making it an actual decision and question first thing in the morning for you can trigger just the pathway of getting that whole process started for you and teeing yourself up to getting into that routine. Keeping to the theme of morning routines not putting pressure on you, one aspect of your routine should be to help you ease into your day and not be as stressful.
Sam says don't flinch.
For me, it's gaming or going for a walk, but you can do anything that can put you in a generally good mood. I say this because mornings can often be times where people rush to get things going, and it creates just a lot of stress from the very start. After all, a lot of people are just in a position where they have to meet these morning obligations and have to adjust their lives around that. And some of those obligations aren't really things that a lot of people are keen about.
Well, that was a waste of time.
So by getting up a little bit earlier and squeezing in something that can provide a little bit of relief and make the day a little more bearable is just a generally good thing for you to be doing. It's a little bit of self-care and mental wellness before you actually start the rest of your day. Because your time is incredibly precious in the morning, the relaxing and de-stressing activity should either incorporate this next element or be short enough that it can lead you into the next activity, which will allow you to do this one thing. Focus. Whether it's focusing on the rest of your day or the next thing that you have to do is entirely up to you. But having a way to ease yourself into the things that you need to do that day is really what morning routines are all about. So be deliberate about what you're doing to get yourself into that space. I've used my de-stressing activity to be what also helps me to focus on the tasks, as it just works for me. The video games I play are all strategy games, and that requires some brain power, and my walk has few people on my route that I'm able to just sit with my thoughts and think about what my day actually is and how I want to be approaching it. And finding your kind of activity that helps you with all of that stuff just helps you with organizing your thoughts and taking your day 1 hour at a time and making it so much more bearable.
No, you are mine. Not so fast, Helmet. Lone Star.
And it can also teach you about your own limits on what you're actually capable of during that day and your overall skills. After all, we all have the same amount of hours, and if you know how long a certain task usually takes, you can piece together what you can realistically do and not do, and what is going to be straining you too much, and what is going to be more relaxing and a simple task for you to accomplish. And framing your work and how you want your day to go, broadly speaking, in this manner can get you to focus and de-stress about what's ahead of you and help with preparing yourself for it. This next element might not be something that you incorporate right away, but the thing about our routines is that we can always be doing a little more. That should be pretty obvious since everyone and their dog talks about morning routines and how you can optimize them and what specific things that your routine should have so you can have a much better day and more productive. And our morning routines are all so very diverse and different, so there is plenty of material to be talking about very specific things for your morning routine. While I'm not encouraging you to go down into that particular rabbit hole, there is a case to be said about the general spirit and vibe of it and leaning a little into it. Just like the reason you clicked on this video, you feel like your routine is missing something and you're looking for new ideas. So how about you take some time to actually explore what that actually is and why you're doing that.
I don't know. I never thought I'd get this far.
And when you find that answer, connect it to a very specific action that you can apply with relative ease in this moment. If you struggle with coming up with topics to write about or post on social media, spend a little bit of your morning brainstorming ideas and themes to discuss and jot them down. Before going for your walk or a workout, spend 5 to 10 minutes doing mobility stretches. Little things like that pay off big time in the long run, and they're little optimizations that I don't think are all that intrusive to the rest of your routine. Not only that, but it plays into the whole de-stressing and focusing element that I have going on with these overall strategies. Not to mention that you will thank yourself for them later down the road as these become more part of your routine and habits, and you get to enjoy the benefits that come from these tiny little optimizations. But one of the things that you might have already pieced together is the fact that what I've already suggested so far is pretty vague and not at all specific. And that's kind of the point here. The reason the system is so vague is that our routines are all very different here, and we all have very different commitments and habits. And accounting for all of those differences will just make this video far longer than it should be. Beyond that, going into more specifics just leads to this overall disconnection that we've already been seeing with celebrities and influencers and elites showing off the routines, or people writing about those routines. Sure, they absolutely have some feel-good vibes and some practical things that we could all be applying in our own lives. And also just some ideas for us to generally try out. But not everyone commits to them, or even finds any of them relatable, or in certain cases, some of those things are just things that those individuals don't even practice in their own lives. But in more serious context, it creates more of this trap that people obsess over and trying to find like the most perfect routine because they believe that their routines suck a lot and they want to be more like those individuals. There's nothing wrong with trying to do that, but we have to face the fact that our morning routines as they stand are decent. Absolutely, we can be changing them, we can be optimizing them, and there are definitely a lot of things that we can be doing to improve our own lives. But the bar shouldn't be those elites or the wealthy individuals or these big influencers, because they lead very different lives that we can't easily emulate. And so it's important for us to be more practical about our own approaches and how we see our own morning routines and how we implement them. And the overall vagueness and going with just overall themes for our morning routines makes it more bearable and easier for us to ease ourselves into a different morning routine. And that's really what I find to be more helpful than going into more specifics. And if you try to apply just these overall broad themes, you'll find a lot more success in developing the ultimate routine for you. I have no doubt about that. Thank you guys so much for watching the entirety of this video. It would really mean a lot to me if you left a like on this video and also subscribe to my channel for more content like this in the future. I love you guys.